Is 2026 going to be the breakout year for housing? Some headlines are saying yes, but here's the thing. I don't rely on headlines, I rely on data. So today, let's look at what's actually happening in the housing market. If you like real talk about real estate backed by real numbers, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss next month's update. Today I'm going to walk through what's happening nationally first, and then we'll zoom in on what it looks like right here in Southwest Missouri. Let's start with the big picture. When we talk about affordability in the housing market, it comes down to three things: mortgage rates, home prices, and wages. When all three of those move against you at the same time, rates going up, prices climbing, wages staying flat, buying a home can feel impossible. But when they start to line up in your favor, that's when the pressure starts to ease. Right now, we're not seeing some massive surge in the market. We're also not seeing a crash. What we are seeing is something I'd call gradual stabilization. Affordability has actually been slowly improving since the second half of last year. Now let me be clear, that doesn't mean homes are suddenly cheaper. It means the trend has shifted. Instead of things getting worse, they're slowly getting better, and that matters. Mortgage rates right now are meaningfully lower than where they were a year ago. They're not historically low by any stretch, but they are lower. And even a small drop in rates makes a noticeable difference in your monthly payment. At the same time, home price growth has cooled off quite a bit. We're no longer seeing price accelerations we dealt with a few years ago. Things have leveled out. And here's the really encouraging part. Wage growth is now outpacing home price growth. That's a big deal. When your paycheck is growing faster than the price of a home, your buying power is slowly rebuilding. It doesn't happen overnight, but it is happening. We're also seeing monthly mortgage payments trending downward compared to peak pressure levels. Not dramatically and not all at once, but steadily and in the right direction. And when affordability improves even slightly, buyer activity starts to pick back up. That response right now is cautious. Nobody's rushing in blindly, but it is real and it's measurable. So, the national takeaway? The 2026 housing market is stabilizing. It's not breaking out and it's not falling apart. It's finding its footing. Okay, now let's bring it home, literally. What does this look like in our area? Across Joplin, Webb City, Junction, and Carthage, I'd describe the market right now as cautiously optimistic. Buyers are out there, showings are happening, but buyers today are deliberate. They're comparing their options, they're negotiating, and it's become very common to see requests for seller concessions or seller-paid home warranties to help offset costs. This is a value-driven market. Homes that are priced right are moving, and homes that are priced too high, well, they're sitting. Negotiation is a normal part of transactions again. And one thing that's catching a lot of sellers off guard is the true cost of selling. When you factor in commissions, title fees, closing costs, potential concessions, and repairs, your net proceeds can look very different from what you expected, especially if you've only owned your home for a few years. That's not a weakness, it's just something smart sellers plan for. In Joplin, buyers are engaged but disciplined. If your home is priced correctly and in good condition, you'll get activity, but overpricing, it shows up fast. In Webb City, activity is steady, but negotiation is expected. Buyers here are acting when the value makes sense to them. Junction remains stable. Sellers who are aligned with current market conditions are seeing movement. The key here is expectation alignment. And in Carthage, there's activity, but buyers are cautious. Concessions and home warranties are a normal part of conversations, especially in price-sensitive ranges. If you're a buyer, preparation creates opportunity. You have leverage that you didn't have a couple years ago, but you still need to be ready to move when the right house comes along. And if you're a seller, price strategy matters more than ever. Understanding your estimated net proceeds, factoring in possible seller concessions is essential. In 2026, the market is not about hype, it's about alignment. Aligning your expectations with the data, aligning your price with the market, and aligning your strategy with your goals. That's what creates successful transactions. If you want to talk through what any of this means for your specific situation, whether you're buying, selling, or just planning ahead, I'm always happy to have that conversation. Reach out anytime. I'm Michelle Clemons with Charles Burt Realtors, and remember, when you're ready to move, move with Michelle.